I'm at the Skagit Transit Center in Mount Vernon, Washington, and pretty soon I'm going to get on a bus to Bellingham, Washington, an Amtrak connecting throughway bus, and we'll see some of Bellingham. But before that, I want to talk about the transit center. So this is a multimodal transit center, and it connects local buses to long distance buses and trains. And over there, that is where the local buses, the Skagit Transit buses, go. And very good service. Today is Memorial Day, so there are no buses, but normally there would be buses waiting over there. And the long distance buses stop here on this platform, and the trains stop over here. And inside the station there's a reader board, a lot of facilities inside the station, which we can't see today because it is closed. Here's where the trains stop, going north towards Bellingham and Vancouver, BC, and south towards Seattle, Portland, all the way to Eugene. Although no single train runs the entire Cascades route, but that's another story. And also, I've mentioned this several times here, everything here is kept very immaculate, and everything seems to be on time and shipshape. So I've liked that aspect of it. One thing though is that even though services are centralized in one place, the functionality is not always centralized. So for example, to get from an Amtrak train to the ferry terminal in Anacortes, you do need to really plan around. There's not just a single service to do that, and they're not coordinated. So complain. Another thing is that this is a place where some of the local routes duplicate long distance routes. So today I'm going to Bellingham, which is about 30 miles from here. It'll be 30 minutes on the bus. And there's also a local bus that goes from here to there for a cheaper price, but a less convenient schedule because it stops more places. Now the bus supposedly boards here, and this says Greyhound bus stop. In Oregon, the other Amtrak, the throughway Amtrak Cascades buses are Oregon Point buses, and not all Oregon Point buses are throughway buses. But in this case, I don't know if it will be a different company or if this will actually be Greyhound carrying me to the Amtrak stop in Bellingham. Dollars will get you donuts. This cute little bug touring coach with the word Cascades on it is probably the Cascades bus. So I'm going to put the camera down because I'm getting on this bus. This is Fairhaven Station, which is a train station in Bellingham. I just got off this bus here, and as in other cities I've been to, Olympia was another example, oh, it's actually open today. The station here is far from downtown Bellingham, so I have a way to walk, but it will be a nice way to walk. I am curious what is going on in here though, including, is there a restroom? So they were staffed today, which is lucky. My ticket is on my phone, and I noticed my phone battery was going down, and my power pack was not full. My power pack was exhausted, so I was worried that when it's time to get on the train, which is this day trip that'll be in 5 hours, that it would not, I would not be able to do that, and so they printed me out a ticket. So very helpful place, very nice station too. Last station before Canada. And okay, one thing, they already have a Bellingham thing. Here's a dog bar. Dogs aren't allowed to drink, but people bring their dogs here and the dogs play and they drink. Sounds like a fun time or maybe a disaster. Also, so this transit center, very multimodal. Along with the Amtrak train and the local buses, we also have the Alaska Ferry Terminal. So this is the terminal point for the beginning of the Alaska Maritime Highway that goes up through the Panhandle and onto Anchorage. And today it will not be going that far. I'm going this way. One thing about this station being where it is that it is about 3 miles to downtown Bellingham, to the center of town. And I have a little bit of a walk, and like I said, I have 5 hours. One thing though, I am meeting a friend who's coming in from Canada, my friend Winifred Margaret from Alberta, and so I do want to meet her in time. Luckily there is a very nice path and I will get to see some of the water. This is the Fairhaven district of Bellingham, and this entire trip has kind of been an embarrassment of riches because I obviously could say a lot about this area, especially on Memorial Day weekend, very active. But today I have to go. This is the South Bay Trail in Bellingham, Washington. And this is the boardwalk part of it. There is more of it that's not actually over the water, but this part is pretty spectacular. And it makes me think because, you know, one thing about this Amtrak Cascades trip is that in a lot of ways, you know, I usually think of Oregon and Washington as being very similar. Bellingham is really just like Eugene, of course. And in some ways they are similar, but you could not find this in Eugene. So I'm off the beach part of the trail and on the forest part of the trail, although the water's right over there. And it was very busy on the beach, Memorial Day, and in general, Bellingham is a college city, so there's a lot of young people, a lot of energy, a lot of outdoor activities, very health and environmentally conscious place, so a lot of good energy here. So the pass continues for a while. As I've said many times, I looked at it on Google Maps. I think it's like 3 miles. 3 miles can mean a lot of different things in a lot of different situations. It's a very nice day, but it is also uphill and a bit warm. So not just a walk in the park. I left that part of the trail, but I'm still on the trail. Here we have this elevated boardwalk. Like I said, down in Skagit County, a lot of the infrastructure here looks really well maintained. And this actually looks like quite an engineering project. And then along it, we have a lot of housing. Some of this is probably student housing, but I'm not sure about that. Well, this at least is part of Western Washington University. At least that's what the sign says. And then we just have this alleyway going through some dense housing. So one thing, kind of contrasting this with Mount Vernon, as I said, like the Mount Vernon downtown is nice and walkable, but it's basically a theme park downtown. And then outside of that, Mount Vernon is, you know, built around typical suburban, car-designed neighborhoods. And this city, so far from what I've seen of Bellingham, and it's a large city, and I haven't really been here that much. It's the first trip here in years. But from what I see, the, you know, dense housing, the walkability, the transit and stuff extend outside of just the downtown core. Seems to be a little bit more intrinsic to the city. Well, I was kind of curious, where does downtown start proper? And this sign says downtown, so maybe this is downtown. I'll just walk along this alley, see what I can see. The woman on the bicycle head actually told me this is the road to walk down. So now I'm walking down Railroad Avenue, downtown Bellingham. Apparently this is the place to be. And I do want to find a park. My friend, as expected, is having a little bit harder to get here than she thought. Traffic is crowded. And I'm also going to find the post office and try to find some water. A lot more of the downtown, and there's just a lot of stuff going on. This is Maritime Heritage Park. This is in downtown Bellingham, and this is my destination. I'm waiting for somebody here, and it's a good place to wait. It's about 4 p.m. Sunny day, but not too hot. So, real nice place to just sit and wait. So we are still in Maritime Heritage Park in Bellingham, and this, I believe, is Whatcom Creek, and it's moving down through this bedrock, and then it's entering the ocean or the Puget Sound very close from here. This is a very nice park, in case I didn't say. We're having a lot of fun today. We just had some helado, and it was really, really good. I also had some tea, and it was really, really good. And I'm happy. This is Bellingham. It's a happy place. We are back close to Fairhaven. We have Marine Park here. Pretty small beach, and it's right by these train tracks, but it's very nice. That is, I believe, Lummi Island, across there. Behind that is the San Juan Islands. Just about a perfect day here still. So I'm at Fairhaven Station, back in Bellingham. About 15 minutes until my train comes here. This is the one that starts in Vancouver, only recently been reinstated. And I like looking at this hill up here, because the way those houses look, that looks like California, but with pine trees. I almost said palm trees, which you would find in California, but no, those are pine trees. And of course, I'm visiting Bellingham in the height of the year, a lot of light. This city might be less fun and attractive in December when the sun sets at, I don't know, 4 p.m. or something. And this station, a really nice station, including it has cheap drinks, has a coffee shop attached, nice inside, kind of feels antique, but everything's fixed. A lot of buses, so this is also an active area. So this trip to Bellingham has been great. And I wish I could have seen more of Bellingham. Like I've said a lot of times, embarrassment of riches. But for now, I am also tired. It's past 7 o'clock now. It'll be 8:15 when I get home. Still an hour before it gets dark, at least. But I am looking forward to getting home. And tomorrow I have one more trip. And it'll be a big one. Actually, the entire point of coming here. This was just a side trip. Anyway, I will probably take more when we actually get on the train.
If I can have your attention, please. 519 southbound from Bellingham to Portland, Oregon, with stops at Mount Vernon, Stanwood, Everett, Edmonds, Seattle, Tukwila, Tacoma, Olympia Lacey, Centralia, Kelso Longview, Vancouver, and Portland. We'll be arriving in approximately 10 minutes. You can start making your way out to the train platform, staying behind the white line until the train comes to a complete stop. Stop.
Okay, well, I will be waiting here. And there is the Amtrak Cascades coming in. As you can see, it is booking it, and it will be pausing. It'll be very quick to get on. And I'm going to put my camera down because I'm going to get my ticket out and get on this train. So this train has a very good view, but it's almost impossible to see because it's full and I can't get a good view. Trust me though, this is all very nice. So it's only 27 minutes by rail from Bellingham to Mount Vernon, so I am up and waiting because we're about to pull into town. I'm just going to jump right off. I just jumped off the Cascades again. Crew were very helpful. 27 minutes. Made a new friend, or at least a subscriber. By the way, if you were the person, I did not know that. If you're the person I met on the train, comment. Uh-oh, this is not the way to get off. Okay, turning around this way. Nice cool day. Wave bye-bye to the train. 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. One of which was the cafe. They were all full though. Memorial Day weekend, it's been busy, and I think the train in general has been busy. Also for me, it's kind of interesting. It was 48 hours that I got off this train coming from the south. And that's kind of amazing to me because it's been a very full 48 hours when you see so many new things. The entire reason I took this Bellingham trip is because I did not realize today was Memorial Day. Today I was originally going to go to the San Juan Islands, spoiler, and I couldn't, so I decided to go there instead, to Bellingham, because the Amtrak Cascades runs all the time. If I already put this in an earlier clip, I will remove it. So this entire trip to Bellingham, which all took place in 6 hours, I got to meet an old friend, maybe meet a new friend. That was all icing on the cake. I got to see a new place. So I hope you enjoyed that. And now, it's been a long day. I'm going to be walking down this road back to my hotel. Should take about half hour. Then I'm going to go to sleep because I have a big day planned tomorrow.